Hey, Get Fox here. So today we're going to go through chemistries. I'm going to talk about all the chemistries, what chemistries I like, how to add them to cards, basically. I know a lot of you already know this, but let's go straight into it. Let's go to offensive chemistry. So I want to look at this Le'Veon Bell first. You go to the upgrade screen in your binder to look at chemistries, to get to them. You can switch over to chemistries. Generally, you have to buy it. This one's an already bought scheme chemistry slot, so you can buy another. I can buy another one for another 25 chem. So you get the team chem, the Pittsburgh Steelers team chem. We'll go through that one. It's different than the offensive scheme chemistries. So these Steelers chems, basically, you have to have Steelers cards. I got 36 in my lineup right now. I'm working towards an all Steelers lineup, which you guys will hopefully see on YouTube pretty soon. So basically, all Steelers right now are boosted 2 strength, 2 jump, 2 agility, 2 acceleration, 1 speed. As I move up to tier 8, 9, and 10, I'll get extra strength, speed, agility, jump, speed, and acceleration. So I'm getting some nice speed bonuses, 2 more speed adding on. So all Steelers, if I get to level 50, will have 3 speed plus, which is kind of neat. So Le'Veon Bell will go up to 90 speed as a halfback. Probably be the best halfback in the game, I think, by a bit at that point. Well, hopefully a little bit. Then you get to the offensive scheme. So now I could add this. Every card comes with the balanced O. You can just hit A once you unlock it and then add it to your card. So basically at tier 1, you're going to have 5 players. It says it right there. I'll point it out. It says it's right here on the screen. You got to have 5 players to unlock and then 10 players for tier 2. So you got to have 5 to 10 players in your lineup with that chemistry active. So the same way of getting onto this card to add chemistry slots, you do it onto the elites and golds and so on. So there is balanced O, which I love because it's essentially free. You unlock it and you get balanced O for everybody. I mean, it gets catch, carry, impact, block. Tier 2, juke, short accuracy, play action, it looks like, spin move, lead block, short route running. So basically it hits all of your team on different stats through the whole thing. So you're basically +1s to a lot of different offensive stats for that balanced O chemistry. Really nice. I mean, exactly what it says it does. It's balanced. If you want a little bit more specialized, this power run, go deep, West Coast, play fake, all of these will start with tier 1 and 2 and then stack. So like tier 3 and 4 will stack on 2. 5 and 6 will stack on those. So you can end up getting +3s, much like you're able to get through the team chemistry slot. So like basically, if you go zone run and max it out, which right now 30 players on offense with it means you'll need 5 guys with 2 times chem. I don't know why I'm doing hand fingers. You guys can hear me. I'm talking with my hands. So you'll need, or like maybe 1 guy with 3 times chem and then 4 guys with 2 times chem. But you'll need, because each side of the ball has 25 players and you can't put chemistry on kicker and punter. So you'll need, so you can get the tier 5 with the 25 players just by doing those one-time chemistries. But you'll need other guys just like this Le'Veon, where you see he has two offensive scheme chems. So you'll need to unlock twice on guys just like Le'Veon to get there. Or you could go the balanced O times 2. These are the guys with balanced O times 3, so on and so forth. So you have to unlock it. There's multiple ways of unlocking it. We get into 30 for each of those players. Zone run times. So I think on offense, if you're a running team, zone run is definitely the way to go. The carrying, spin move, juke move is nice, but I really like the run block and the run block finesse. Unfortunately, I don't see run block power, which is too bad because I know run block power is pretty important. So you're basically maxing out on finesse. So basically run a lot of zones. But if you run like some pulls and stuff, some man schemes, some dives, this might not be the greatest one. If you're running more power run, obviously, then go with the power running scheme. Like if you run a lot of man on man, and you really have to know your scheme. This is kind of neat because it's really intense to know your scheme. But otherwise, go deep is probably my favorite for a passing offense because of the throw power. I think throw power is always nice to have on a quarterback. Last year was needed with 91 zone. This year, you can get a little bit better with lower throw powers because you don't have that crazy zone break this year like you did quite as much last year. You can still fit it in there, but the higher throw powers, it is noticeable. So go ahead and get tier 3. Tier 5, you can get +3 throw powers. So you can really turn some gunslinging action on and really fit it between, I don't know, the defenders, the angel's eye, the dot of the thumbnail. West Coast, get you some catching stats and some route running stats. It's nice. It'll help short accuracy, but the quarterbacks I notice they don't really need short accuracy as much as they need medium and deep in my offense at least. Play fake, I don't know. Pass block, power, pass blocking, medium route running. It's not my favorite. It's okay. I still think go deep completely poops on it though. But accuracy, I have noticed a little bit. Now this doesn't have it, but this has short accuracy. Go deep has the deep accuracy. Where's the medium accuracy? Medium route. Yeah, here it is. Sorry, play fake does have the medium accuracy. So it does have the medium, and West Coast has the short accuracy. So I think play fake. I don't know. I think I'd rather have West Coast even with the medium accuracy because of the catching and catch and traffic stats. Throw under pressure is really nice. The route running, I'm not entirely convinced by yet. And throw on the run is nice with the run category. So it's a little bit balanced. I'd still go deep as my number one, and then probably zone run. I think I run a little bit more inside zone than I do like power and man schemes. And then plus you get the regular run block on it too. So down the field impacts for power run if you do a lot of impact blocking. So a little confusing. I know a lot of chems there are there. So along with that, let's go to the defensive side of the ball. I'll talk through chems and what I want to look at there, what I think are great chems on the defensive side. Let's go down to J.J. Watt, who I know has a defensive chem unlocked. So we'll go over there. You go into the item. You switch over to chemistry, hitting right bumper. Houston Texans, there's his team chemistry, the same as the other team chemistry. You get speed +3 at tier 10. So then the J.J. Watt scheme. Now, you'll also notice the physical scheme. We'll go to that in a second. J.J. Watt scheme, balance D. Free. You gotta love balance D. You gotta love free stuff. Basically, +1s to all the defensive stats, which is really nice. You know, getting the block shed, power move, finesse move is great for a Watt card. Run stuff, love it. You want to be able to stop the run in the game. I've noticed running is a little bit tougher this year than 18, so it's not as important as, say, stopping the pass, getting a nice pass rush on. So you might, I think it's a little bit better balanced this year. You might think about going with pass rush instead of run stuff. I almost want to lean towards run stuff because I still hate giving up yards on the ground. But generally, that's like more cornerback stuff. But you can put run stuff on cornerbacks now, which is really nice. Again, the same thing as offense. You got to get 30 players here on defense. So you got to get some times too, guys. Lockdown, man, it's coverage stuff. Exactly what it says. Defensive chemistries, there's few of them, but there's more defined, the roles. So you kind of, it's not as mixed. Offensive seems more like a grab bag with the zone run versus power run. So you really got to stick to your game plan, which I know I made it sound negative, but I'm really positive about that. I like that. That you have your game plan, you maximize your game plan, and you go for it. So I'm sorry if I sounded negative at all. But I do like it. I'm surprised they went with lockdown that gives you man and zone instead of just like a one-man, one-zone chemistry like they used to have. What was it, Madden 16 or 15 throwback to, where they had man and zone D. Anyways, on defense, I think I would go with run stuff still. I really enjoy block shed on my cards. I really fetishize it. That'd be my number one. Otherwise, number two, because man and zone, I'm still a little nervous about how much they actually work versus just straight speed and zone being like kind of like a range attribute, like 80 to 89, react this way or whatever, with a certain percentage chance. I think I'd go pass rush number two just to get the extra power finesse at tier 2. I mean, pursuit and press are really nice though. I've seen press work out, so that's cool too. But hard to go wrong with the free one. So that is it for defensive chemistry schemes. Physical, we'll get to ability in a second too. The clear and away winner is Sprinter. I mean, the one that's close to it is Brawler because it gives +1 speed, but it's also giving Strength, which we've shown over the years not to matter, or matter very little. And so I wouldn't want to spend all that on Strength just to get the speed. Just go straight to speed, acceleration, speed. The most important things for any type of athlete on your field. How fast they can move around the field. Getting to point A to point B. Shaker is pretty interesting because it costs half of the amount. And it gives you acceleration, agility. Underrated stats, still important, but I think speed matters 4 times as much to me as acceleration. And it's only going for half the cost. So I think even per value, I would still go Sprinter. I gotta test that though. Leaper, strength at tier 2. Jumping, it's not worth it. It's not worth the training point for +1 jump. It's really not. Acrobat, +1 agility. It's got its uses on like running backs, a user, wide receiver, cornerbacks. I can see it helping out. That's not a bad budget sprinter. Ideally, save as a sprinter. I know this is costing a ton of training points, And the thing about this training points is like you're not gonna be able to get this right away. Later in the year, when the cards are like 92 and they're kind of like average cards at 92, they're budget beasts. I think you're gonna want a little bit, or you will have a little bit more training chem to work with because the more training points you get by the higher overall. So as those higher overalls get cheaper through the year, I think training will become much more reasonable. All right, so let's go over to the ability chemistries. I'm gonna be able to see them on the auction house instead of in here in these cards because I don't have any ability chemistries unlocked yet for any of my cards. All right, silver's done. Let's go to the auction house here. All right, so we'll talk through the ability chems. Basically, I haven't used any of these in 19. We'll talk about what they are in chat though, or in the video here. All right, so here we are. Conductor, make multiple adjustments, energize. Like, which one I think are the most important going forward? Secure tackler. I'm really interested to see if Gunslinger's hitting linemen again. I've noticed balls are being picked off by spies and guys 10 to 15 yards underneath the ball. So Gunslinger, I don't know how much worse it can make it. It's pretty bad right now. But that's kind of it. Secure tackler was great. Playmaker is always great. I don't think unfakeable is really needed because I'm not seeing too much fake out that way by those kind of moves. Where was playmaker? I think I may have missed playmaker. These 3 are new. Oh no, these 4 are new. Truck specialist, juke move specialist, spin move, and stiff arm specialist. I want to see how they interact, especially with other red chems. If truck specialist is amazing, it'd be kind of cool using that. Out my way. The problem with linemen, this is out my way, basically gives you extra oomph when you impact block people. The problem with linemen is that they just miss their person. It's not that they can't handle them once they make contact with them. Under pressure, it makes quarterbacks more inaccurate when you get a defensive lineman close to them. Solid. Footsteps, same deal, but with DBs near wide receivers. If you're near them, they have a better chance of dropping it. Pick specialist, better chance of getting picks. Unfakeable, that means you won't get faked out by spin moves and juke moves and like animations. Situational pass rusher gives you boosts on third down. Lead the way. Wait, no, sorry. I screwed up lead the way and out my way. Wow, backwards. Lead the way is for lead blockers. Out my way is for defenders. Out my way was pretty nice last year. Basically, you knock over lead blockers with your user or other CPU players that are better dealing against impact blocks. My bad. Return man. You get unlimited stamina until you get touched to do a special move on return. Same with pick 6. That's a dumb chem. I think pick 6 might be the worst chem in the game. Never stumble, which is nice on running backs. That means like if you trip up a little bit, you'll auto recover. Gunslinger, we talked about. Secure pass blocker means you'll get 3 seconds before they can attempt to move. We talked about secure tackler. Tip drill means you get a better chance of getting tips. Clutch kicker. I like focus kicker. Clutch kicker is basically you don't get ice at the end of the game. Focus kicker means you get a pro level meter, so it goes slower. Focus kicker is the move. We talked about playmaker. It's basically it reroutes immediately. It's pretty nice and really glitchy. It was last year. We'll see how it is this year. I thought it was very OP. That and secure tackler was last year. Hot hands means you got a better chance of getting interceptions as a user if you've been usering through the whole play with them. Jump to snap means you get a good off jump on the line of scrimmage if you're a D-line user. It's pretty worthless in my opinion for online head-to-head because you'll be on the middle linebacker anyways. Identified means you can see who the defensive user is pre-play. Energized, unlimited stamina. Your stamina refills after a successful move. And conductor, multiple adjustments. All right, I think I went through them all. The new ones, yeah, and these are just teams here. Lots of chems here. Wow, lots of chems. So let's just scroll to the bottom here, and then we'll end the video. Those are my so the ability chems haven't really been tested out this year. I'm sure as the year goes on, I'll get more on my cards, and we'll start talking about them. We'll start talking about what's overpowered. Maybe we'll do a ranking list of ability chems later in the year after I've used them all in 19. I could give my opinion on 18 on them. But that is it. If you were wondering what they were for 19, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions on chemistries at all. Shoot. There was one chemistry I missed, and I'm sorry. Coach items and stadiums and uniforms now have chemistry that boosts players too. I can't believe I missed this earlier. So coaches, uniforms, and stadiums all can get team chemistry, which will boost players from that specific team. So you go to the Steelers chemistry unlock slot 1. You can buy it for each of these slots. And then you get the Steelers scheme. You can basically just boost the Steelers player. Each one of these chem styles. Rush deep, passing, balanced, rushing, pass deep. So You get to pick it 50 cost. You got to put it on all 4 of them to unlock each tier. See how it says 4 players? It should really say like 4 items, 4 players. So cross this off and put items. But so basically you need one each one of those tiers on each one of the items. Of these, I'm a fan of rushing. I mean they're all pretty well balanced. I didn't notice one that really stood out to me over than others. Rush D and pass D. Depends on what you like to do on O and D, really. Whether you like to rush, whether you like to pass, what kind of defense you like, what basically what does your theme team struggle with, or what is it? I think what it excels with, and then make it even better. Like try and accentuate strengths. Try and make it super glitchy in one area. If not, then you can kind of cover for it. If it's got low block shedding, you'll want to boost that with the tier 2 rush D. Otherwise, pass rushing, finesse and power move, not too bad either. All right, that's it. Now let me know if you guys have any questions or comments in the comments below or questions below. That's it. Thanks for watching Call to Action. I'll see you tomorrow.